Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Good, 180. Hey, let's go. My turn.
Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
51's the mark. 51's the mark.
On 2nd and 12, Mayfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
And the Browns, first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, high 7.
From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Cook's now in his 2nd season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Now Gurley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
I'm here all day. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Alert flare, alert flare. King. Begin.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. A bomb.
A shotgun snap for Gone. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down. Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards. Now, they took a real chance there, throwing deep from their own end zone.
Yeah, just think about it this way. If you take that shot, which they just did, you're giving those pass rushers an extra chance to get you. Your escape hatch behind you is gone because the end line is there. Yet at the same time, they took the gamble, and boy, did it pay off.
They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game. 10, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this one is right down the middle. Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Browns drive about to get started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Now Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Browns on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's get off the field.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Fielded at the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl quarterback Denzel Ward. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Line 20. Stay with your man. Check 31. Check 31. Motion. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, here's Goff. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Christian Kirksey. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. A sizable gain there of 9 yards, but it's still 3rd and long.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 3rd and long. It's Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
They need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. The first down run with Gurley, a good one. He gets forward for 6 yards. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
X3, 218, chop.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
Now Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, it's Gurley. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He gets it to Cooks. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7.
Hey, let's go. Go, Brown.
To throw is Goff. This is caught. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get this...
He's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Goff now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Goff. Completes it to Watt. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Value three. Double up. He's coming, double up. 5. 51. Protein spill. More ball.
They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a second and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. So first and 10 now from the 30. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Kill, kill, kill. General West. Kings, Kings, Kings.
From the 31, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, first and 10.
Sponge, sponge, sponge. No. Pistol. Slam.
Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler Jalen Ramsey. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
17.
On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down.
Listen. Mike 51.
Here's gone. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Alert, 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 alert.
A toss play to Chubb. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 39-yard line.
Set, 180.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mayfield now. 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, Orbit. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Hey, here, my time.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down and 11-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Single.
From the gun, Mayfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. Shreds the tackle. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work.
Yet another carry here tonight for Gurley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the 1st half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Tighten up.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Todd Gurley standing by his lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
We go to the 180. Hey, what's the ball? Shell. Mike 51. I don't even know why this team showed up. Shit. He's checking. Crash. Maverick.
Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Mayfield now going deep here for Landry. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. He was looking for Landry that time.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They run. It's Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
14. He's checking crap.
Another carry now for Gurley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Rams on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
That's the way. Tiger. Watch the twins. 2 for 1. 12. We're good.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for L.A.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Mayfield now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. I got him.
On third down, Mayfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Trying to get it to Landry there. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Cut. 20. Check, 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 check. Check 37. Check 37. Motion. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Here's Gurley now, out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Regular.
Here's Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Point it right.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Throwing, Mayfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
180. I'm going to come back to you.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee.
Cut. 120. 51's the mic. Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for L.A., it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too will exit with a 2-1 record.